Everybody, welcome back to Flippinlicks. This is episode number 12, and today we are 116 beats per minute for our 2 licks, and that means there's only 3 more days left. So we're getting there down to the end. So today we're gonna go over those 2 licks real fast, and then since I've got all my pedals here, I'm in Stillwater today, and I've got all my pedals hooked up, so I'm just gonna kind of show you everything that's on my pedal board. Should be cool. So all right, let's get right to the licks. Alright, so we are on 116 beats per minute. Let's check out the exact wild lick. Alright, that had some crazy motion. Let me try on this different channel over here. Alright, so getting down to the end on that one. Just got a few more days. Feeling pretty good about it. Alright, so let's do the other lick real fast, the Dorian one. Let's do the key of C. So we're going to look for the C note in the top string, which is right here in the 8th fret. Alright, let's try some, let's go back to this sound right here. Okay, here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. So, much quicker than when we started. Just got a little bit more to go, and we'll be done with this first round of videos. Okay, so now let's get to the real fun stuff. Checking out my pedal board. So as you can see, first of all, I'm playing my Strat that I got recently. So that's going to be part of the sound. I also have my amp that I always use, right over here, this Rivera Q-On 212. Very versatile amp with a nice clean channel. Pretty cool, dirty channel too. Of course, both those would sound a little bit different with a different guitar. Normally, with Taddy Porter, I play a Les Paul, so this is a little bit different sound, more of a Strat sound, I guess, because I'm playing a Strat. This thing's fun to play. So anyway, all right, so let's check out the board. So first off, first thing I got, as everyone should, is a tuner right there at the beginning. Alright, so out of that I go into, this is a new edition, I've got this fuzz face here. And I'll show you what it kind of sounds like. Okay, so that's the fuzz face. It is supposedly the one that Jimi Hendrix used. So it's pretty cool for solos or just trying to get a different tone. Alright, so out of that I go into my Vox Wah. You should all know what those sound like. So right here I got... Effects are fun because they can make you sound better than you are. So I've liked them since I've been a kid. But anyway, they are fun to play with. So I go from the fuzz face to the Vox Wah into my first delay pedal. This is an MXR carbon copy analog delay. And I've got this one set on a slapback, which means that it is just one repeat and it's pretty close to the note that you play. So that's a pretty common tone with a lot of lead guitarists, and mine, I have a lot of reverb coming out of my amp, so it sounds pretty smooth. It would sound a little more choppy if I didn't have some of this reverb on, but I'm kind of a reverb person, so there's that. That goes into my rotary ensemble pedal. This is one of my favorite pedals. It's supposed to mimic a Leslie cabinet. Okay, so you can hear it sounds like a Leslie speaker rotating around, and you can have 2 different speeds for it. This is on the slow setting, and then you can click it over to the high setting. just gives it that cool Leslie sound. Alright, so that's one of my favorite pedals to play with. Alright, so coming out of that, now when I'm playing live, I use 2 amps. So I come out of this pedal and I have one keeps going through the rest of my pedals and the other one goes, so all of that you've seen would go into one of my amps on stage, but today I just have this one amp set up, so we're just going to forget this is even here. So anyway, the next pedal in the line goes to this boost driver, which I don't think I really have a reason why it's right here. It's probably not the best spot for it, but this is just kind of where it landed whenever I was putting my pedal board together at this time. But it is a boost line driver, and it just boosts your sound. To give you that little extra push when you're playing a solo. Okay, so out of that, I go into my second carbon copy delay. So it's the exact same one I had up here, but I've got this one set a little wider, so the delay isn't quite so short, and then there's more regenerations. So with this, just a slap back, I've got a short delay that only occurs once. So that's kind of a cool, unique sound on its own. So I got another one so I could have more of a spacey sound. So if you've got this one on, if I turn up the mix, you can really hear it. So it just kind of gets wide out there. Turning both of them on gives it a pretty cool sound too. Right, then you can play with all those. Sometimes you get crazy live and you start messing around with the knobs and you get some crazy sound effects, and then you gotta find where your knobs were again before that, but you know, that's the fun of it too, right? Okay, so the last thing on here isn't really my pedal. This is a Pog pedal that's made by Electro Harmonics, and my friend Chris from the Flatland Travelers has let me play around with it today, so I'm lucky to have a bonus pedal in here to show you guys today. So, I'm not even sure exactly what they say this thing is. A polyphonic octave generator, but to me it sounds a lot like a big organ. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this pedal, but check out what I've got it set, or he's got it set at right now. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of got this church organy sound. So you can play a lot of single note stuff and it sounds like a whole organ. I see some I've been playing today that's cool. Alright, and then any combination, some crunch on it sounds pretty cool. Let's see. Definitely a unique pedal. Yeah, so I can play around with that all day. So anyway, that's my pedal board as it is right now. I actually have some other stuff laying around. Looks like Proctavia over here is pretty cool too, but Pod kind of has a little more versatile than that one actually. But so anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully you learned something that you didn't know already, and you definitely learned about what I've been using on stage. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.